But Les, with all due respect, we sat down in a room with you, myself and Tamlin.
That was before.
And she wrote it down. And when we were talking about these, just bear with me for a minute, please.
That was before the roof was designed. We didn't even have a roof designer.
From exploring and seeing the vast oceans on our planet, and now I'm into probably the greatest and most strenuous journey that I've ever undertaken. Partnering with my blind friend Chris and building a house. We've got a guy who's busy leading this build who can't tell a straight line from a skew line. This can't be a recipe for success, or can it?
So Riaan's taking on the role of foreman. Basically, he's going to be my eyes. I just want to get stuck in and prove that a blind man can do anything that a sighted person is able to.
I guess when we named this building Blind, we wanted to be honest about what we were going to do. But when you say it over and over, it gets scarier and scarier. We are going to be building blind. Proudly brought to you by Everite, home of Nutec, building solutions that you can trust. Yeah, it's a bigger project than I imagined it to be, but it's also exciting enough. I just hope that we can just keep on track. That's important, number one, but then also just deliver this house, you know. So we've got the Nutec, those SIPS panels, they're arriving. I think they're busy being finished as we speak. And then we can actually start seeing the walls go up. And then, man, it's probably the thing that Chris has been waiting for the most, is to literally get a roof over his head. I go away soon, you know, so I go away and I travel with my family, and then I out of it for about 2-3 weeks, and that's going to be a period when a lot is getting done on site, and I hope I don't miss too much. Man, I'm trying to get this site often, but I have to spend so much time like in the office environment and on the phone and negotiating and looking after people and making sure that we're delivering on other fronts, that I'm not on the site enough. And that's probably something I think that, you know, an architect or a builder would like to have seen, you know, seeing those their foremen been on site a little bit more. So I'm probably in trouble, you know, on that front.
They put the plastic, then the mesh, and then the concrete. The ready mixed concrete comes on site with those big trucks like we had last time, and they get poured. And this mixture will be a lot more of a runnier mixture, so that it's almost self-leveling, and it'll give us a nice bed and a base. So instead of having to walk around on sand, soil, and rock and stone and holes, I'll finally be able to navigate this the surface on a nice flat concrete screed.
Dit is nou die reference 193. Hy is 6 mm staal. Ons noem dit 'n rebar. Dit is wat ons gebruik vir die wat bo op die plastiek kom. As ons die concrete vloer gooi, en dit versterk die hele vloer, en dit keer voorkom dat daar geen krake en almal die goedjies dat dit die plek vat daar sê. Dan lig ons die reference 193 lig ons net so 20 mm op van die plastiek af. Ons het sulke spaces wat ons insit. En dat is maar net om laat die concrete reg om die staal gaan. So jy het 'n minimum van 18 mm vir die concrete wat rondom moet gaan. So net om dat hy alles net binne in die beton is, laat hy hom by mekaar hou.
And we phoned them and they said they're ready, and so they're already setting the pump truck up. And they're going to start pouring. I think that by 11:30 they'll be finished with the pour. So you won't get to see any pour. And it is raining, but not too bad. Every now and then there's a bit of a squall. But yeah, you can hear the pump truck in the background setting up. And they'll start throwing concrete any second. That's number one. They might line up here, like 5-6 trucks lined up. Pump trucks here. We're about to start casting concrete. It'll be arriving any minute. Soon we're going to have a slab. rather than a hole that's filled with soil. Rain is good for concrete, not good for the team that's getting wet, but really good for the concrete because it makes it set slower and stronger. I'm relieved, excited, enthusiastic, and all of the above. This Kaposi is my neighbor behind here. He's also building. He's about to cast his own slab, kind of the same level that we're at. Well, we're overtaking you today.
You're overtaking today, you're overtaking me. Yeah. No, already.
But you're going to build brick, eh? Normal brick house.
Brick house, yeah.
No, that takes time, eh? Yeah. This is patio, eh?
Oh,
This whole piece here is patio. And then there's another little side patio at the back that's 3 meters by 12 meters. So that'll have access points to the side there. And also a patio at the back there, but like an internal one that's under the same roof. And it's going to be it's a big house. As you can see behind me here, the slab's almost finished. I think we need one more truck. It would be, I believe, truck number 11. And yeah, then we've got a slab. This weekend I will definitely be coming here and doing a little dance, perhaps having a beer all by myself. The walls are already under manufacture, if not done, ready to come. So that the next process is kind of out my hands. It was this wet work that I was involved in more than anything else. Thursday. So I'm not going to basically be here when the walls go up. Shit, I was really hoping that we'd get the stuff here on Monday or Tuesday, that at least I could be here for the start of it, because I'm gone for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And Rian's gone for 2 weeks. But what about the cost of the 6,500 rand to do those columns? Who gave Quest the authority to do them?
Well, let's put it this way, your roof won't go up unless they're there.
Okay, but you guys also guaranteed me that there wouldn't be any other charges.
Well, that's not a call that we can make until somebody designed the roof.
So Les, as far as the columns go, the reason that I'm being a bit of an asshole about it is because I just don't want there to be another issue in a week's time. Like something's not right. Like right now, Quest says to me, okay, who's going to offload those panels?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm happy to get guys.
We need 8 guys.
I'm happy to get guys. I don't think it's 8 because when we offloaded 300 bags of cement. Okay. But who is going to supervise those guys? What happens when one of those panels cracks when they put it down? But Les, with all due respect, we sat down in a room with you, myself and Tamlin,
That was before.
and she wrote it down. And when we were talking about these, just bear with me for a minute, please.
Let's before the roof was designed. We didn't even have a roof designer.
No, I think 90% of all the frustrations on site is simply because everything wasn't all in place on day one, which is the normal case in 90%, 95% of building projects. One of the issues that has come up is the fact that the roof had not been designed at the beginning of the project. And the other issue also being that the material of the roof changed during the course of the project. What that has led to is that in the design process, we've discovered that the roof is way heavier than was originally designed, and as a result we've had to build in some additional supports for the roof structure. This is something that would have been put into the original design and costed if the design had been done at the beginning of the project. So this was a sort of a point of contention in that, again, finance is an issue.